One two one two one two one two one two one two. What's the podcast? We are back live in effect. Uh, June 2022. I am DJ Jerome Baker the third. Shout out to my guy, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie
What up?
and Abdul.
Happy belated Juneteenth.
No doubt. Make sure you.
We
make
missed
sure
that.
you-
We missed that. We missed that conversation about
Yeah.
Juneteenth last week, man. But happy belated
It is
Juneteenth.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out what's a podcast.live for our previous episodes. And make sure you also look at youtube.com/what's a podcast. Obviously, the comments are just stellar on there. You know what I'm saying? They're consistent. So shout out to everybody who does that. We look forward to reading those every Thursday morning, afternoon, Friday,
Yeah.
Obviously we've got a holiday weekend coming up. If you still believe in that.
Yeah.
I tend to believe it's just 3 days of no work. You know what I mean? But
Shit, I
we'll
gotta
get-
work.
we'll get into that a bit later. Yeah, man, what's the podcast? We are here. It's been we're just in the thick of it. Summer, no basketball. That lets you know that like it's summer for real.
How did you do? How did your Arizona team do in the draft? Right, the draft happened.
No, yeah,
NBA draft. You
They
didn't
didn't-
follow
they didn't-
that.
yeah, they didn't do anything too substantial. I mean, there's draft, there's free agency. All of this is just sort of like stuff to hold you over.
How did we do? How did the Wizards do? I saw there was something floating around IG with some kid that they brought out here either for a workout or something like that, and he must have been some sort of foreigner because he did not know that Washington D.C. was not a state.
Hmm.
I
I
think
feel like
he's
a
some
lot of
sort
people probably don't know that.
Yeah, and that's actually being an immigrant myself, I remember that clearly when I actually thought Washington D.C. and Washington State were the same place, and I actually thought University of Washington
Was here.
was here in Washington D.C.
That's
uh,
hilarious.
And I actually also thought when I lived in Africa and I would see some clips of American football as a kid, I did not know they had on pads. I thought people were just built different. I was like, what is this
Barbaric
weird
thing.
Americans that are built so funny and built like Titans? I was like, you could only play that game if your body's shaped like that.
Mm.
But I had no concept of anything here in America. But I that's a common mistake. I can understand how somebody who's not from here, can make that sort of mistake. So shout out to him. I don't know if he got drafted or if he did make the team. I think he's an American that grew up overseas somewhere or something like that. I don't remember his name, but a young kid nonetheless. Do you know anything about how we did in the draft, Jerome, or no? Are we ready?
No, they're not going to
No.
do anything. Excuse me. Not going to do anything anytime soon. If you're a Wizards fan,
Chime
Bradley-
in.
yeah, they made some mid-level moves. I mean, they made a nice trade today, but they're not
Who
doing
they trade?
anything. Let's do
Bradley Beal,
KCP.
our guy.
No, Beal opted out of his contract, but he's supposed to opt in.
What does that mean? That means he's no longer with the Wizards?
That means he could have been. So basically, he had one more year left on his deal, and if he didn't take it, he would have been like a restricted free agent or unrestricted, I think, which means a team could offer him 4 years, like 200, 4 years, like 130, I think.
Mhm.
But if he signs with the Wizards, he can go 5 years, 250. But the problem
Damn.
with that is that while it sounds great for him and he's cashing out like crazy, as a team they're trash. Like they're not in a position.
never gonna get a
win
ring.
Anything, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. You know what I'm
And
saying? Like
he's at that age. He just turned 29 or something
it's
like
his
that
prime,
yesterday.
but he's not gonna finish. He's not gonna finish his career in DC
Wow.
because
okay.
he'll realize like, yo, I'm 2 years, 3 years in on this contract. We haven't won anything, and I'd like to win something. So trade me.
He's gonna go to
somewhere
Golden State somewhere.
else. He just
You know what?
won't
Not
finish it.
everybody wants to win sometimes. I mean, sometimes you're like, yo,
Shit.
I look at it as a job and I'm
Nah,
going
they
to come
want
here and
win,
I'm going to do
dog.
this work. I'm going to get the most out of it. I'm going to get paid. and I'm
Everybody
gonna-
wants to win, dog.
Yeah, but the thing about
Listen to me.
what happens though is once you get branded as sort of a loser, or your career has nothing to show for it, it can actually help hurt you in your renegotiation efforts.
Yeah.
Right. So if a team
I
says, "Yo, man, you haven't been to the playoffs or gotten past the first round of the playoffs in X amount of years, you're not a winner.
You're
So
not worth that
we're not going to pay
250
you
million.
winners
Yeah.
money."
Yeah.
So at some
I
point out of this 250, which is probably gonna be about 2 years, he's gonna be like, "Yo, I want to be traded to another team that is one piece away from winning a championship."
I get it.
And well, I feel like you're gonna try to disparage what I'm saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not disparaging any. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying there are mid-level players whose role and job is to just make sure I can make this money, I can feed my family, I can do other things I need to do business wise or I mean there's a bunch of players who have never won a championship. Some are great
Right.
and some are not. I mean, Vince Carter ever won a championship? He's now 40, 50 years old, playing for the Atlanta Hawks. I'm lying. He's not 50 years old, but my point is he's in his mid 40s and has had a long,
Yeah. He's our age.
amazing career, and has never won a championship, but he
No, Vince
continues to
Carter's
play.
he's been retired.
Okay, but he just retired, right? Like a year or two ago.
Not a couple years.
All right, so a couple of years ago.
But Vince Carter was never branded a winner. Like never. He was
But
a
that's
human
what I'm
highlight
saying.
reel, right? But he made a decision that said, "I'm just going to go from team to team,
Yeah.
trying to do whatever." But Bradley Beal has stated opposite of that. He wants to win a championship.
I mean,
He's
Vince
got
Carter
the
said he
money.
was want to win a championship.
Right. And so but what I'm saying is now with the money being so much more, it's a bigger pot, so to speak.
Mhm.
If you just let yourself lose for so many years, yeah, you collected 250, but for what? You put your body through all of that, and now you're 33 years old. You have a terrible resume. Nobody sees you as a winner, and your value at 32, 33, which is no longer a deathbed in the NBA because Steph's 34, and they just said he's in the best shape.
Isn't
in the
LeBron
league.
like 40? Am I bugging?
Yeah, but LeBron didn't win this year. What I'm saying is
Right.
for a guard, for Steph to be 34 years old
And
and
winning.
to do what he did,
Yeah.
and Chris Paul's 37, 38, like there is another contract possible for Bradley Beal. However, he needs to put himself in a position to be seen as a winner, and staying with the Wizards, it's not going to happen.
Right.
I hear you. I think maybe I wasn't more so speaking of a Bradley Beal caliber player. Maybe I was speaking of somebody who's like a tier below that, or even a couple of tiers below Bradley Beal, or the Steph Currys and the those sort of people. I think you can very easily kind of just skate through. What I'm saying, collect these checks, which are not small checks. I mean, the NBA minimum has to be like 300 and something $1,000 a year, if not
For
more.
sure. For sure.
And that's an amazing living if you're able to do that and you're able to invest it the right
And
way.
you're doing
You're
what
able
you
to
love.
save it. You love playing ball. You work 6 months out of the year. The
Yeah.
rest of the year you're able to focus on other businesses, work out, get ready for the following season.
NBA is probably at this point.
I mean, you're working all year round.
It's
but-
probably it's a year-round function.
It
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not
off-
for
off-
the not for
off-
the
Yeah,
not for
dog,
the
you still
not
gotta
for
show
the
up.
not for the cats on the bench. It's not.
But if you
I mean,
wanna
you got to
move-
go to the gym and stay in shape, but they're not going to China with Nike and all that shit like the top tier players are going.
But what I'm saying is, with when you look at the better players, they're living in the gym. Steph puts up 4,000 jump shots a day,
Yeah,
right?
Still.
That still to this day. So
Yeah.
that is something that is you can't take off. Yeah, he'll take some time off because he won the championship because they played a bit later. But you're gonna go to Jamaica for a week to 2 weeks. You're gonna do whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah, you're
And,
gonna bring
and
your
then-
fucking trainer with you to
But
Jamaica.
a lot of that too is they come back and they're playing ball, 10 months out of the year nowadays because there is so much skill in the league and the pot is so big. I mean, I think you're a little low. I mean, I think the bums. I think the average NBA salary is like $2 million.
no,
Nah,
average.
yeah.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
talking about beginning, like
League,
but I'm
you
just-
talking about league minimum.
yeah, league minimum.
Yeah, but even league minimum 400K, 450.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of money.
So
And
so
I'm
what-
just saying, the guy who's just coming in and is like, ninth person off the bench. He's not working as hard as Steph Curry is. Maybe he's just like, I'm about to just do the bare minimum I need to just ensure I keep my name and my spot on the roster.
I believe in the NBA there is no more bare minimum.
There
You
isn't,
can't you
yeah.
can't you
You
can't
can be
afford to
replaced. You're saying it's easy.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I
yeah,
mean
but
there's only 5,000 people that have ever played in the NBA
since its inception,
since its
Yeah.
inception.
Yeah.
So when you think about that,
You said there's only been what?
5,000.
5,000.
Okay.
So you can be 6'8". And I mean, let's think about it. There's a lot of dudes who've graduated from good colleges over the past 10 years who had great college careers, but once they get to the NBA,
They were bums.
They were
Christian
bums.
Leitner.
There you go. You know what I mean?
He was
So
a superstar at Duke. Remember him?
Yeah. Yeah.
he got to the
He
NBA.
he won the championship and all that. And
and
he
got
was
to
a
the
bum.
NBA, and that athleticism will just kick you in your tail. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he
So
was a bum.
a lot of it comes down to just really what you are willing to do in the off season. I mean, you can have your trainers and you can do all that kind of stuff, but everybody has a trainer, and that's cool. The thing that's going to separate you is what are you doing on your own when the Instagram isn't on. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Steph at this point in time, to this day, still puts up 4,000 jump shots a day. I knew it.
He's
In
different.
addition,
This
Yeah.
this guy named Mike Bibby, who
Oh
grew
yeah,
up in
Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah, grew up in
And he played
Arizona.
for the Wildcats.
When he
didn't
was
he?
in high school, yeah,
Is
played
he
for
from Arizona?
Yeah, he's from Phoenix. Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He's 2 years older than me. Anytime his high school team was on my schedule, it was like fear. It was like the greatest thing you ever seen in your life, right? In This was 1996, 97. He was making 800 jump shots a day. Now, just 'cause
making.
that, no, that's what I'm saying.
Taking.
That was considered a lot back then.
Yeah.
That's a lot for a
Now-
high schooler.
He was, let's say, high school going into college. I mean, his jumper was wet though, right? But let's just say, in 1998, 800 jump shots a day was considered a lot of jump shots. That's a lot. Steph Smith is doing 4,000 jump shots a day.
Yeah, 4.5 times more. That's crazy. And we should honorable mention of Mike Bibby. His sneaker game is kind of unfuckwittable. Dude is an absolute monster.
Yeah, I
His
mean, let's
PE
be
game,
honest. The phone posits would not, where did
Yeah.
they debut? The phone posits
Arizona.
debuted at Arizona. You
You're
know
right.
what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted. We had him in this. We had him in the mall. I want to say, maybe a week later, and I think they were 180, 200 back then. I don't remember.
180.
180,
It was
yeah,
supposed
but
to be the highest price sneaker.
and
at
it
the
was
time.
it was a game changer. Shout out to my guy Sammy Wade. My guy Sammy Wade, man, Tucson's finest, half gangster, half basketball player, and would cross you over in the illest. But he had them joints on. He might
cross
have
you
had
over and shoot you.
probably
Cross you over and a gun fall out.
with his Jerry curl juice would fly
It
on
was
you.
dripping.
But
Ooh,
Sammy was the
that's
coolest
nasty.
cat, man, and he was a problem. And you know what I'm saying? Like it was
And
just
what happened
it was
to him?
just I hope the best, to be honest with
Hope
you.
he's all right.
He was
Shout
an
out to
incredible
Sammy.
basketball player. This was literally 1997. So, this was my guy though, Sammy Wade. When Cal hears this, he's gonna remember Sammy Wade, man. That dude was a monster.
Kel is with Sammy right now, hanging out.
Yeah,
Well,
they
Kel,
get
well,
it
Kel
done.
went to U of A not too long after Bibby and them
Okay.
were there. So, you know what I'm saying? Kellen and Channing Frye were good friends. And so, I mean, that's been Kellen's lifelong friend. But,
Got it.
it's just a different time in the NBA. The money is just so, it's there. I mean, even looking at the, I don't know if you guys seen that Gatorade commercial with the high school kid that has like a limb difference. I learned that today.
Yo,
That's what
he's
it's
a
called.
monster.
It's called a limb difference, right?
Okay.
And because there was a woman who's a soccer player.
Yep.
And that
Or
was,
the U.S. women's
what,
national
what,
team.
what type of limb difference does he have?
there's a difference
He
between his
doesn't have.
limbs.
He doesn't have.
Doesn't
He
have
doesn't
a-
have one arm.
He's
Doesn't have
missing
a-
one. He's
like a
missing
left,
one limb.
like a left forearm or something
Okay, yeah,
like
I saw.
that.
I saw
Yeah.
that.
He's in high school, so imagine
Right, crushing it.
with a Gatorade commercial, and I think his only offers right now is from a black school. He had one or two offers from a black.
He's an
school.
absolute monster, though.
But I'm just saying, look at the work he's putting in to
Yeah.
get a Gatorade commercial. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So the NBA, I believe sports in general. I mean, Bella and I went to the baseball game earlier today. Got out there early, and you could see all the athletes just getting their work in before the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like to get in the game. I like to get there early.
Yeah.
I've been watching The Last Dance a lot recently. And you see those Bulls practices, they were not for the weak of heart. You know what I'm saying? MJ was really disrespecting cats
Yeah.
on the practice court. You know what I mean? So, um, I mean, if you can make 2 million sitting on the bench, why not?
Yeah.
But
Why not?
I think what happens though is I think in practice you get kind of measured, and that's the determinant if you hit the floor or not. You know what I'm
True.
saying? And then if you're not playing for so many games in a row, it's like, yo, why are we really keeping this person? Like, are
Yeah.
they just that great of a practice player, or can we are we not using them in the game for some reason, or can we just get rid of them for somebody who we can use? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know what I think soccer makes a lot of money. Obviously, baseball like makes a lot of
Soccer
money.
in Europe makes a lot of money, not
Yes,
MLS players.
right. So
And if you're new to the podcast, we just brought up the name Kellen and or Kel. Just for context, that's Jerome's younger brother who lives in Arizona. Shout out to him.
yes, sir. Obviously, season 4, episode 7. What's a podcast?
Or
Obviously,
episode 167, I think,
whatever floats your
or
boat.
168.
Um,
Whatever floats your boat.
I mean, listen, it's been a truthful week for America.
Tough week
It's been a tough week for America. I want to say that
for some of us. For some others, they're happy.
I believe it's been a tough week for both sides. I want to say that Roe versus Wade being overturned was the culmination of 50 years of people just wanting to get rid of this decision. Obviously, there's been a lot of information going on. There's been senators who claim they were lied to. There's people who have been, they've been caught lying. Whether
The
it's
Supreme Court
Kavanaugh,
justices you're talking about.
three,
Yep.
yeah, two of them I believe were caught straight up lying. Three, I think actually, one woman and two men. And I think that
Amy Barrett and Brett Kavanaugh,
yeah,
and
but
then the
another
Gorsuch guy.
Gorsuch, yeah,
Yeah.
Gorsuch. And Gorsuch is really bad because his mother was the chief of the EPA in the 80s.
His mother's a
and
bitch.
and his mother basically let unprecedented levels of pollution hit the United States.
His mother's a
and
whore.
and they're expecting the same thing to happen because they think
Tell us how you really feel.
they think the EPA is going to be gutted anytime in the next week or so.
His
You know what I
mom's a
mean?
bitch.
So yeah. So obviously with Roe versus Wade, it is a woman's body. It is a woman's choice.
Yeah,
And-
That's it.
and that is as simple as it needs to be.
Yeah.
There's going to be people who have different opinions, and honestly, I could care less about your opinion.
Nobody
Keep it to
cares.
keep it to yourself, like everything else.
Keep it to
opinion
yourself and keep it to your little
Yeah. If
group
you
of
don't believe in
friends.
abortion, don't have one.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
just like my thing is, it's just not your business, right? Like it's just not your business because I feel like a lot of people hide behind information that they're just not fully aware of or up on.
Yeah.
Even with like the Second Amendment, the gun holders, they hold on to the Second Amendment as their sort of shield. But if you read the Second Amendment, it more so deals with militias, not individual gun owners. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is the misinformation. We're seeing a lot of this testimony for the January 6th panel, and while it is damning, and while it is things that you can believe a lot of this stuff that because it is Trump and just how much of an idiot he was. Until there's action, none of this matters. Like we knew these people were doing the worst that could be done, but until they're brought up on charges, it's just you know what I'm saying.
It's and going back to this Roe versus Wade thing, I mean, everybody who's really pro-life is screaming, religious beliefs and things like that, and we're starting to see the separation of church and school started to get violated a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? They're teachers who are now saying prayers in school, and honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. I think if you have your religious beliefs, that's cool. You can believe in whatever it is you
That doesn't have
want
anything to do
believe.
with politics.
And it doesn't have anything to do with somebody who does not believe in the same thing that you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let everybody believe in what they want to believe in. It does not matter.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting. I would love for all Muslim teachers out there to get out there and just start doing prayers in Arabic, and let's see how long this lasts. You know what I'm saying? There was some sort of tweet about with the same sort of sentiment on I saw earlier, and they were like, if Muslim teachers start doing Muslim prayers in school, they will be so quick to
They're gonna
shut that
bust
shit
out the
down.
prayer rug.
Yeah, they're gonna shut that shit down so fast.
Yeah.
But very very sad day last week. I could not believe it. I mean, we've heard about this coming and being on its way, and I just could not believe they actually passed it. And you know, it just goes to show you. I think there's just so many people who are stupid and
These
idiots.
old motherfuckers just gotta die, man. They just all gotta
Yeah.
die.
They got to go. I mean,
They just all gotta die.
Well, a lot of it is, you know, they're not willing to enact term limits. You're right. So instead of having people who are 78, 80 in
Not
in charge of
reliable
the
to
country,
anything.
Congress should have term limits. You should
Have you had to have like a regular conversation with a fucking 80-year-old?
they can
Like, what
barely
do you-
talk.
Exactly. What do you have in
Yeah,
common?
but that's what I'm saying though. They
Yeah.
should, you know, after the age of 65, you shouldn't be allowed to serve in
Any
office
kind of
anymore.
government office.
Any kind of government.
Any
you
kind of
can't be
government
president.
job.
You can't be president until you're 45, so you shouldn't be able to serve after 65, right?
Yeah.
There was another football coach in Washington State, I believe, or Oregon, who his school district wouldn't allow him to pray after football games. He took it all the way to the Supreme Court. He won. Now, in the same vein of what Abdul just said, they were like, "Yo, let a Muslim football coach start holding prayer after a football game and see what happens."
But like,
and-
why do you care what somebody does after a
and
game?
a similar sentiment that I've seen is, you know, obviously rest in peace to everybody who was lost in Uvalde. I don't know if you guys saw they're going to actually demolish the school. I don't know if
Wow.
you guys saw that they're going to demolish the school. Somebody said, "Yo, let all the black men in America go buy guns tomorrow, and I promise we'll have some gun control."
That's a fact.
100%.
Measures enacted. You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
fact.
And the problem too is there's a small caveat of Americans who are controlling and the ones that are really hitting these laws. The
Mhm.
problem is, you know, for a better sake of the word, America is pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at the French, when you look at there's a Ecuador, I believe, a couple countries recently that they've had some incredible inflation, price hikes, things of that nature. They are going to town. They are taking it to these people's front door, broken to, I believe, like the Ecuadorian embassy or something like that, with like all sorts of just, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? And here, all we do is tweet about it. You know, what I mean, we just tweet about our anger. We just tweet about our displeasure. You know what I'm saying? And
That's the Democrats' way of
Protesting.
handling problems. Honestly, it's
But the thing about it is, you need action. And you know, Clarence Thomas has called into question a few different decisions, which he would like to overturn as well. Some of them being contraception, same-sex marriage, and one other that I can't remember. Now, I'm for marry who you want to marry, love who you want to love, right? It's Pride Month. We've seen the celebration. I'm happy. Y'all are happy to be happy. But are y'all going to be happy to hit the streets? Because every time in modern America for the past 70 years, when people's rights are at risk, black people are on the front lines, right? Whether it's Montgomery, whether it's Selma, whether it's any and everything, black people are literally fighting for everybody's rights, every single person's rights. Now that, you know, other people's are on the rights, are we going to see people willing to stand up for their own rights? You know what I'm saying? I would love to see that. Stop tweeting. I don't care what color you paint your nails. I don't care who you're attracted to. None of that matters. You can march up and down 14th Street all you want, but are you going to march all the way to the Supreme Court and let your voice be heard? Are you willing to sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, your life? We've seen hundreds of thousands of black people suffer. You know what I mean? And we've been able to hold on to a couple a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But now that it's everybody else's turn, what's really good?
And speaking of Clarence Thomas, first of all, he should not even be allowed to be. He should have been taken off that bench right after January 6th. His wife was part of the organizing committee that put together January 6th. And he's the one who actually passed some sort of ruling or wrote something into the effect of either not prosecuting some of these people or not prosecuting the people who are responsible for putting it together,
Of course
which
not.
is just a complete violation of trust of the people. Um, but you brought up January 6th earlier, man. I was listening to this NPR podcast that had excerpts from the testimony of the aide to the chief of staff
Oh
to
yeah.
Trump's chief of staff. Her name is what's this bro's name? Cassidy
Hutchinson?
Hutchinson. Yeah,
How he was wilding out in the car.
bro, he was wilding. They said he grabbed
Grabbed
the steering wheel and was like, "I'm the fucking president. Take me
He
to the
grabbed.
Capitol right now."
Didn't he
No,
grab
sir.
Cuz by the neck though?
He lunged at him.
He said
I
lunged
don't know
at
if he
him and
grabbed
grabbed him by the clavicle or something like that. They
Yeah.
used exactly that word, the clavicle, which is
your
right
neck.
here, your neck bone.
Yeah.
But Cuz was wilding, and he was just so gung ho on not giving a fuck
Yeah.
if people had guns, knives, spears
He
on the
encouraged
tips of the
it.
flagpoles. He knew all of this. But this goes to the point that you made earlier, Rome. None of this matters if he can't be prosecuted. And with the amount of Republican judges that are in place in the Supreme Court, he put two, maybe three of them in there. Like he definitely put Kavanaugh
he put three.
and
He
A.B.
put
Barrett
three.
in there. And I think
Yeah.
you're right. He put a third one in there.
He put 3. So the only
Yo.
hope that they have is to pack the courts, to add 4 judges. I mean, Biden needs to do that before his term is
Yeah.
up. I believe also we do want to give a shout out to who is the Black Supreme Court justice, the woman,
Sotomayor. No, she's Spanish, right?
Yeah. She Latina.
Ketanji.
Oh, Ketanji Brown Jackson.
She
She's
gets
not in
sworn
there.
in. She gets sworn in tomorrow.
Yeah.
So by the time you hear this, hopefully she'll be sworn in
Yeah.
because Breyer is retiring actually. So you know what I'm saying, that'll be.
Oh, so that means that another spot is about to open up.
I think she's replacing Breyer.
That's her
Oh,
spot.
she's replacing
yeah,
Breyer.
she's replacing Breyer.
I got you.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
all that
I
does is
should
just
know this.
replace. Are you just replacing one liberal with another?
Yeah.
But you know, needless to say, we'd love to hear your take on all of this, Roe versus Wade. You know, obviously leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? We've had some great interaction both in our DMs. Shout out to our guy Jay Ringo. Imran is always, you know, he's there. The team on YouTube that comments is fantastic. You know, they're consistent. Shout out to those guys.
You got some questions to answer. I haven't seen you respond to the one comment asking about your personal life.
I mean, it's personal. That's my answer. It's personal. Keep it moving.
And they made a point. They said Jerome needs to realize he's now a celebrity, and
soon
you
though.
you gotta start acting like it.
I'm gonna be. Oh yeah, for sure. Celebrity soon. Yeah.
You know, celebrities, your personal life is not personal, so that just
Man,
contradicts
I'm
everything.
cool. I'm cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? If
You can always be cool, but
if
your
you want to see
personal
what I
life is not
do,
personal.
if you want to see what I do in these
People
streets,
want to know.
if you want to see what I do in these streets, come to DC. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. Come to DC. You see what I do in these streets. I'll be at Capitol on Friday. Pull up. So
This Friday?
Yeah, this Friday.
Okay.
Episode 7. I'm sorry. Episode season 4, episode 7. As Abdul likes to say it, episode 167.
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever floats your boat. We didn't talk about this last week, and I think I texted the guys after because I was just like, damn, we didn't talk about it. Was the DC mayoral primary?
Oh yeah.
I believe that I think she got 49% of the vote. I think it was 49 for her and 38 for Robert White. Bowser's back in office, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Bowser's back.
The selling out of Washington, D.C. will continue. There will be tons of more overpriced condos for
condos
rent.
and apartments.
For rent, not to buy, but for
Yeah.
rent.
Those are apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I just think that she clearly hit with some of the right people. I voted kind of on a whim. I took my daughter to school. They were having a voting location was at her school.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yo, I have my ID on me. They said that's all you need, and it was in the game. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody else who took part in the
You
voting
went on
process.
election day, or
I went before.
I did early election.
I did
early voting as well.
early voting. Yeah, DC's early voting was tremendous. You could vote like
No, it
10
was
days
great.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could vote like
I
10
went on
days
something
early.
in the water like on that Sunday.
Yeah, I mean DC was great. Like when I say 10
Yeah.
days before, like you could vote literally 10 days. It was incredible.
Or like while you dropping your daughter off at school type
That's
shit.
what I did. I was just like,
Boom.
oh, Boo Boo went to school. I said, oh, it's
Perfect.
literally right
Yeah.
here. I said, oh, I'm in there. Let's go.
I think it was 39%. Now I'm thinking about it. It was 39% votes for her. It was 31% votes for the guy Robert White, and it was almost like 8 point something percent votes for Trayon White. And I said this. I don't know if you remember, Roma. I talked about it on our hike, and maybe not on the podcast. But I was like, if Robert White is smart, he would have made some sort of deal with Trayon White, because whoever was voting for him or for Trayon White, they were gonna split that vote. They had the same demographic, so they were the people that were not gonna vote for Muriel Bowser. And I think Robert White really had the chance to win this election, dog. I think he really could have won it. He needed to have struck some sort. He had the more momentum out of the two of those candidates. And if you add both of their votes together,
he would have won.
Well, it's very close. Then it becomes a real fucking race.
Yeah.
They would have almost been at 30.
They would have barely won by 0.2%. No, yeah, by 0.2% had you combine both of them. But
That's
I
what
put
I'm saying.
the, but I'm saying, but I
Close.
I put the results in there. No, she had 49% of the vote.
I thought it was 39.
No, she had 49%. He had 40%.
Oh, okay.
And Trayon White had 8.8%.
Got it.
So you know what I'm saying?
But my point still stands. If he had 100%. Been like, yo, Trayon, drop out of the race and let me give you a nice little position in my cabinet when I become the mayor. And you know what I'm saying? When I'm done with my regime, Trayon White is young as shit.
Yeah.
He is in his early 30s. He has a long, amazing career in front of him in being a councilman in the ward that he's responsible for, or having some other position in the local government, and maybe even past the local government. But my point is, all you had to do was make this deal and be like, son, drop out. Let me take care of you when I win. And you would have gotten all of his votes come towards you. And now we got a race. Like you could have really had some sort of impact against Muriel Bowser. I think that was a mistake, man. You gotta be willing to make that sort of deal with somebody when you know
it's not even a deal though. It's not even a deal.
It is a deal because
But hold on, it's a sacrifice, but it's also a plan.
It's got to have a plan.
You can't win without a plan. You know what I'm saying?
Like strategy, you need.
So the strategy says, boom.
Yeah.
Trayon, you're in your mid to late 30s, whatever Robert White is. At some point, we're going to be opponents.
Yeah.
But let's not be opponents right now.
Nah, let's not be opponents right now. Let's take over this joint and then let's work.
Right.
But again, none of that matters right now because Bowser won.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, I mean, she basically
she won fair and square.
This is her third. It's her third.
It might be her last one too. Who knows? I mean, she's also, I think mayors also have to kind of you gotta
force them out.
No, they don't get forced out. You can run for a mayoral term as many times as you want. However, you have a certain amount of time, like in your age, where you can make a lot of money, and you have so many relationships with private firms when you are a mayor of a town. And if you want to really get that bag, you take advantage of those private relationships, those relationships with private companies, and you go work for them after you're done with your term. And she's kind of in that funny age. She's in her late 40s. You know what I'm saying? When she's done with this last term, she'll be in her early 50s. So
she'll be ready to go.
she'll be ready to make a lot of more bank, man.
Yeah, a couple more years, 10 more years.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what they're saying she did really well in wards 2 and 3.
yes.
Um,
Those are the money wards.
wards 2 is what, Connecticut, Georgetown? No.
It's up there, man. Over there by Chevy Chase. Ward 3's by Chevy
Yeah.
Chase and
Yeah,
It's all that upper
Van
northwest.
Ness and all that upper northwest
Yeah,
money
so
area.
Tennytown.
Spring
she
Hill,
did well with the
Springfield.
money. Her
Yeah.
weakest showing was in
Ward 8.
Ward 8.
That's
But
Trayon's
again,
ward.
but see, I think the thing about that is, if I was a politician, I wouldn't mind having a weakest showing in that particular ward because those are the people who vote the least.
Hmm.
I
No,
don't
you're
need to
right.
have a strong showing among. I'm speaking just as a politician, as a slimeball politician.
Yeah.
I'm the people who vote the least, where there's poverty and education is terrible, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want them. I don't want to be a killer for them. I could be a killer for them and lose, and then
Well,
what?
that's how she won.
This
Yeah,
is what I'm
that's how she
saying.
won.
Your focus is
Yeah.
on 2 and 3, where the money is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You focus where the money is. She probably
Early voters.
she probably did pretty decent in Ward 4. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Ward 4 is very well to do black people as well.
Yeah.
Ward 1 seems to be a mix of everybody, but if she does well in wards 1 through 4, you pretty much got the city. You know what I mean? Because 7 and 8 just don't count, unfortunately. They just don't have the political power that you would hope they did. And I would say 5 and 6 are probably up in the air. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Bowser's back. You know, if you live in DC, I mean, it is what it is, G. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Season 4, episode 7. What's a podcast? We are back. We are here. Continuing on their just amazing streak of like, I mean, these brothers are just, they're top of the top. I don't know if they're getting the national attention that their work deserves, but the museum, which is a homegrown,
Yeah.
internationally recognized, just staple of culture in DC.
For
I like
sure.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Went ahead and produced the Howard University golf uniforms
Wow.
in connection with Curry Brand.
Yep.
If you follow Moschino on Instagram, he had a reel, and on that reel he just showed off all the pieces.
Yeah, dope.
And you know what I'm saying? Like it's got some flavor to it. You know what I mean? It's got some flavor to it. You would hope that it can, you know, continue to just be a fruitful relationship across the board. But those
So
dudes
I
are just
thought
in a
I
great
thought
place.
Nike got the contract with Howard,
Except for the golf
Except
team.
golf.
and Steph Curry has that.
Yep.
That's dope.
Which is
Because-
beautiful. I
Because
think, I
Curry,
think that's
Curry
so tight.
actually made a sizable donation to
Yeah.
restart the men's and golf teams a couple years ago.
I love it.
That's dope.
You
And
know what I'm
apparently
saying?
he's super nice in golf.
Well, he's a golfer. That's
what
his
I'm saying.
thing.
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
a Shout out to my guys at Eastside Golf. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
All
That
right.
is again, those are Kellen's peoples. Like I got a box coming to the house. Shout out to Kel. But Eastside Golf just put a NBA collection of Eastside Golf times the NBA. They just had some T-shirts come out.
Does Kellen
today.
golf?
Kel does not golf, but he's
He
of
be out
that
there.
he's of that ilk. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, if he wanted to golf, he could golf. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But so Eastside Golf Times NBA just dropped today, museum and all that good stuff. I'm sure it should be
Yeah.
available soon
Howard University.
at Howard University. Go pick up some pieces.
Eh.
If you need a proxy, hit up Abdul. He'll charge you slightly over retail, but it'll be worth
Slightly
it.
over retail. Just a little connection fee.
Just
you know what I'm saying?
$100.
And speaking of the museum, happy birthday to our guy, the future mogul, Greg. Today's his birthday. Enjoy your weekend and week and celebrate, man. Enjoy life, brother. Yeah, the museum. I mean, listen, what they continue to just put on for this city, and now we're starting to see it in. I mean, what an honor, right? Like you get to
Yeah.
design for none of us went to Howard University, but
I don't think neither of them went to Howard University.
and when I say none of us, I'm including them in it too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I know
Yeah.
Greg went to Virginia State, but you know Howard University has been in our backyard since for you know what I'm saying, since all of us kind of moved here,
yeah,
and those guys grew up in Washington D.C. So you know it's an honor to be able to do something like that for a historical black college as Howard University. And man, I'm just so excited and happy for them. And I know all of us are, but
oh yeah.
what an incredible honor. And they were just at it's like a prestigious golf resort or something like that.
Like
I,
outing.
yeah, I think it's wherever the PGA does something, and they were out there with Steph Curry as well as
The Howard
the
golf
Howard
team.
University golf team, and they got to show off their pieces. And Steph, I'm calling him Steph like we know him, but he gave a
That's his name.
speech, and he gave a speech, and he talked about the museum, and them coming together, and him doing a collab with them, and on a shoe as well as some apparel, and that led to further conversation about them doing the uniforms for Howard University. And I think it's super tight, man.
Yeah.
They always got some up their sleeve. There's some other collabs that I know about that are coming out that
Yeah, they're cooking.
I'll just let them announce it, but it's only up from here, man. It's only
Yeah.
going up.
I mean, it's beautiful to see just the inspiration, though.
Yeah,
Right? I would love to see what it turns into for that next for that freshman, um, a freshman, fashion in major at Howard.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
If he or she can take this sort of real time um, case study that's happening in front of them and saying, "Yo, like, I want to be," you know what I mean? And shout out to the homies that work at the museum. They always look out for
yeah,
Bella Bella.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would love
And
to see that.
that's another point. It's not even just for the freshmen. I mean, I think even like our kids, we're used to. I've gone to the museum a few times with both my daughters, and when this happened, I was able to show them, be like, "Yo, the store we go to all the time. You know what I'm saying? You've met Muhammad and Greg. Look at that. They're doing uniforms for Howard University golf team, and my kids are both like, wow. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like it's inspiring when you're able to see somebody that close to you doing something that's so big, and it's able to open up the minds of uh of our kids
Yeah.
that anything is possible. It goes back to what we talked about last week about Aku Dreams and the NFT world, and that message behind Aku is so tight that it made me a believer in it. But yeah, man. I mean, once again, shout out to the museum. If you're in Washington D.C. or if you're visiting, go check them out. Just look up the Museum DC. They are based on Rhode
Rhode
Island
Island
Avenue. Check the store hours, and go cop something. That the web store is open though, so I need to go over there and go cop some more stuff, man. I'm still Greg. I am Mo. I still need the something in the water collab, and I need some socks too, man. I love their socks. The socks are fire.
They are fire.
I'm sure they got. I'm
I got
sure they
like
got
5
some.
pairs.
Yeah, the socks are fire. Everything is dope, but
Yeah.
right now I need some socks.
Nah, the sweatsuits fire.
I
Yeah,
mean,
or
listen,
everything. Yeah,
my collection's a little low museum pieces. We're gonna change that though.
yeah.
We're
Now we
gonna
got
change
to
that.
change
You know what
that.
I'm saying? We're
Yeah,
gonna change that. So, shout out to them. Obviously, we're also it's what June. We're coming up on
July.
July. In the past, this would have been seen as a celebratory weekend. I don't know if there's much to celebrate right now
no,
in this particular weekend.
not at all.
I just read earlier today that a team in Mississippi was going through an old building looking for like information on Emmett Till. They
Okay.
actually found the warrant that was supposed to be served to the woman that claimed that he kidnapped her.
Wait, didn't Emmett Till wasn't he accused of raping
Raping
or touching a
right.
white
So
woman? Right?
Kidnapping
the
and
woman
raping.
the woman who made the
The
accusation,
accusations.
Yeah.
I guess she was supposed to have been served a warrant in some capacity. They found the original print of it. This
Man.
Twitter thread unrolls into basically people putting her address. She's 88 years old, still alive in North Carolina.
Wow.
Put her address out there,
Good.
and was like, whoever pulls up, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I know earlier this week there was somebody on TikTok put Clarence Thomas's credit card on TikTok.
Yo, fuck
Wow.
Clarence Thomas.
Like literally, they put the front and the back of his joint on TikTok, And I mean, it was crazy. It was like 100,000. Like that thing is out there. If it's not
Yo,
canceled, he's paying
let's
for
go.
God knows what.
Oh, it's canceled.
You know what I'm
I hope
saying?
that credit card made it to
It's
Lagos.
canceled.
I,
If my Nigerian brothers got a hold of that, listen,
Oh yeah.
419.
I'm
It's over.
much hoping. I'm very much hoping that it did get, you know what I'm saying, in the
Yeah,
hands of the right people.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's Fashion Week in Paris. That's just finishing up. I've seen through the lens of many people. D Nice was out there crushing it. The Commonwealth team was out there crushing it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's always a good look to see what new brands will be in the store. Obviously, you know, but we're just here. It's kind of middle of the summer now. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like we're here
Yeah.
and sun's going down at 8:30 every night. And DC hasn't been too hot this summer either. We haven't really cracked off
Yo,
anything crazy.
I saw some clips from people in Paris where the sun wasn't even going down, and they were like, "It's 1:30 in the AM, and it's still 1:30 in the morning, and it's still daylight outside." Like the
That's
sun. What the
ridiculous.
fuck is going? Is that normal out there? Like I had no idea. I thought this only happened in Alaska where the sun doesn't go down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember, I'm
wrong.
the person that never wants to go to Paris, so it's all good. I don't have an answer for you, bro.
Well, I just did not know if this was something new or if this was something that's always been happening, or is it now a result of climate change and now we're seeing the sun not going down. I'd never seen it happen in Paris or anywhere outside of Alaska before, so I was just intrigued by it. Um, I kind of want to go to Paris though. I can't even front.
I don't. I don't know. It's not. This is like.
I mean, I just
I'm,
want to go see some friends, and they're all
oh
people of
well, you
color.
know,
It's not
yeah.
to go see, the
Not to
sights.
be in Paris.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to I mean, I've been further reading this Jay Dilla book, Dilla Time. I'm about halfway through right now. It is tremendous.
Okay.
I highly suggest if you don't have Dilla Time to
Who
pick
wrote
up a
it? Is it
copy.
his autobiography or
His name's Dan Charnas. He wrote it, and some of the information in there is just so incredible.
it's on Dilla's
Um,
life?
it's on Dilla's life. Yeah, it's incredible. Like it's just the best read that I've had in a long. And I tend to read more like sports motivational books. Like I read a lot of Kobe and MJ and that mindset. But the Dilla thing, you're learning. You're really being educated. So it's a
Yeah.
fantastic read. Um, I want to say what along this past weekend, we did not get a chance to hang out. Abdul and I were like ships passing in the night. I
Yeah,
believe that we were in the same neighborhood, but then when he called me, I was home. And then when I was ready to go back out, he had stepped home, and we
I
just
just
missed
gone
each
to
other.
drums.
But yeah, I think I had eight. What I have?
You had 8 gigs in
I
two
had
days
eight
or something like
gigs
that.
from Wednesday to
I don't even
Sunday.
know how you do that.
From Wednesday to Saturday, I had like 7 or 8 gigs. Yeah,
It's a
for
nice
sure.
check. Like,
Yo,
don't
I
get it
just
fucked up.
Checks.
check. Oh yeah,
Yes,
checks.
some nice checks.
I have four on Saturday alone.
God
I have four
damn,
on Saturday, but Saturday was cool. I started with the Ethiopian spot.
it's
You know what I'm
12,000 right
saying?
there.
12,000 rubies, ruples, rubies, whatever they're called. I then went to I did the Afrobeat party after that. Woo, woo, they was in there. That was stellar. I burnt that joint down. Then we moved back out to Silver Spring, where I did another African joint. You know how they get down, Society Silver Spring. And then I came back and I finished and I did the open format Spanish black spot, Ozio. So that was just Saturday.
You said
Friday,
Spanish black?
Ozio on Saturdays is like a Spanish and black
Okay,
party. So as much as
Like
you turn up,
different levels or same
you just gotta
room?
have same room, one room. You gotta be able to move through that Bad Bunny
I fuck with that.
expertly. You know what I mean? So
yeah, some nice joints in there. Probably like that
it's
sounds like
quality. It's
okay.
quality. You know what I mean? So this weekend is still heavy, but it's not like oh man, I did. It's not like it's not celebratory like it was before. Before the July 4th weekend would be
Yeah.
7 parties again.
Now you're
You
only
know what I'm
doing
saying?
8 parties, 10 parties
Three.
this
I'm
weekend.
doing three. You know what I'm saying? Thursday, Friday, Saturday should be good. I'm doing
Nothing on Monday.
nah. I'm doing an all white on Saturday though.
Oh
That should
shit.
be cool. It's for Armageddon and them. That should be peace.
Oh,
At
at
1942.
1942.
Nah, they're doing it at Zebby's.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah,
Where's
they're doing
that?
it at
It's the
it's
old
the old
1223.
1223.
Oh,
The upstairs,
okay.
though.
All right. Remember when
Yeah,
that used to be Spank?
That's what it's
Eddie?
called. That's where it is. Yep.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the bottom is
Wednesday
Mayflower.
nights.
I'm playing.
Okay.
I'm playing Mayflower next week, and then I'm playing Zebby's. But it's cool. July for me DJing wise is fantastic. I've got 2 dates in Baltimore, which I'm always excited about. Uh,
Night brunch or something different.
something different, something different. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Night brunch is my people's though.
Yeah.
Shout out night brunch. You know. But DJing is gonna be great in this month as well. We obviously ran through Scooty's birthday party
Oh
slash
yeah.
go go
Yeah,
party.
yeah, yeah.
Abdul and I did link there. I didn't get a chance to stay though. I had to go to another gig. I had 2 gigs that night, but
Yeah. It was a nice vibe in there,
it
man.
was a nice vibe. Yeah, it was cool. It was
Yeah.
cool.
I had
Um,
fun at the party. Um, I'm not a big fan of that venue. I think I've said that before, but overall, it was perfect for the birthday party, and they had a band playing in there. Black Alley came on and played, um, but it was a nice vibe, man. I got to see and run into a lot of people and hang out with some old friends, um, and then I went to Yums again. I had a lot of Yums this weekend. It was, my family had gone away. My wife went to not Eastern Shore, but Chesapeake, like to the beach out there with some other family members of mine, and she took the kids, so I was home alone. So yeah, I was out every night, and went to Yums every night. So that's not a good look. I can't do it.
Nah.
I can't do Yums every night, and it just kind of happens, man. When I step out, it's like by automatic. I don't even know where I'm going. The car just takes me there.
Speed. Will you
Listen,
call
I'm
him
not-
first?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. My sauna suit just arrived today.
Your what?
My
Oh, sauna suit.
my sauna suit.
Mm.
You gonna be rocking that to the gigs?
No, but I'm.
Yo, I'm going.
You gonna be up in that joint like Missy Elliott?
Listen, man, I gotta do
Hey.
it. I gotta do the illest wedding. I gotta do the illest wedding in 2 months, man. So it's time.
Is that where's the wedding?
It's in DC. I think it's in DC. It's somewhere.
I thought you said it was Charleston.
No, I've done something in Charleston
Oh,
before,
okay.
but no, this is in DC. But this
Oh, okay.
is my man. I gotta get right. So the sauna suit. It's not too hot outside. I've been going on some early morning power walks. I think I can get it done. You know what I'm saying? I think I can
Yo,
get it
How about
done.
riding the bike in the sauna suit? Nah.
Yeah, that would be a move.
That's definitely a chance to pass out for sure.
I'm gonna tell you this though, man. Over the weekend, because I was home alone, I did not wake up early and go on my really early morning run. So I woke up, whenever I woke up, and by the time I got outside to go running,
The
it
sun
was
was fucking
already
you up.
it was already like 84, 85 degrees.
Yeah.
And yo, I was drenched by the time I ran my 9 miles or 8 miles, whatever it was. And I weigh myself every time before I go out for a run and when I come back. And I'd lost almost 4 pounds in each of those
on
days.
wow.
Just on
So
a
are
run.
you gonna start running later then?
No, because I don't like it. I feel really dehydrated. I'm more tired, and it's just miserable. Actually, you know
Do
what I'm
you
saying?
drink water when you run, or you don't bring anything with you?
No, I don't bring anything with me, just because I try to drink some water. Right, I have a water bottle with me that I leave in the
Yeah.
whip,
Yeah.
and I drink some right before I go outside and run. But yeah, I'm not one of those dudes who can carry things in my hand while I'm running. I hate doing that.
Pause.
No phone, nothing.
I mean, I have my phone, but I have a belt, a running belt that I have
Okay.
underneath my shirt.
Okay.
So I can't hold anything. I don't like anything like touching
Yeah, I feel
against
you.
me. It's just kind of weird.
I feel you.
So I think there's been Kendrick Lamar has been very he's been very like in the public eye this week. And one of the things that the public has clamored to is this Dior
Throne like a crown.
crown
Crown
of thorns that he's been wearing. I don't know if you guys saw it clear. I feel like Eddie's seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw him doing some at the Louis
It's like
Vuitton fashion show.
iced
and he
out
had-
like
So
he
diamond.
had on a
iced out.
crown.
Yeah, there's like 3,000 crown, 3,000 diamonds or
Diamonds
something
on
like
it, or
that.
8,000 diamonds, I think is what it was.
I don't know. It's something
But it's
kind of
made by
crazy.
Dior.
It's made by Dior. Basically, it took 10 months, 1,300 hours of labor,
Is that his or he's just rocking it?
8,000 cobblestone micro pave set diamonds, 137 count total. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if he's wearing it that often, it's his.
Not
At this-
necessarily. Not necessarily.
Is it
It
okay
doesn't-
that he was wearing a Dior crown at a Louis Vuitton fashion show?
I think it's the same. I think it's the same fashion house that owns both of them.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think Dior is LVMH
Let's call.
also.
Let's call all day and find out. He would know.
Or Lex.
Or Lex.
Well, I think that really it's more about the imagery of what it's. Obviously, people are going to be in their feelings about it. The commenters on Hype Beats are saying beware of false idols. You know what
Wait.
I'm
So
saying?
what's the problem with him
Just
wearing
like a
that?
Jesus,
like
like
a Jesus comparison? You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like
okay.
he sees himself in as the same light as Jesus. But like depending
Good
on
for him.
what
Sorry,
religion
good.
you listen to, you are God.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can be
And
God.
I am a God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, Nas has
So-
called himself God's son, and and there's certain sects in Islam that 5% to be
Yeah, if you
specific.
5% of you,
And if you're a nation of Islam, they consider you don't think you're God, like God the Almighty, but you think of yourself, you put yourself on that level as a black man is supposed to be as God. You know what I'm saying?
peace to the gods, right?
Peace to the gods.
Peace
So
to the gods. You know what I'm saying? We don't take that lightly. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, so I don't think this is anything new. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand what
I think
the
more
whites are
so.
saying.
I think more so the sort of ornate fashion sense that's being put on it. If it was just a wooden crown of thorns, it would be whatever, right?
Okay.
But being that it's a Dior diamond, you know what I'm saying? They got to find something to disagree with it on. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's a conversation piece.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Another conversation piece. Shout out to, I don't know, I'm not sure if you guys know my guy, Neil Jackson. Neil's an incredible DJ out of New York. One of my really good friends.
Okay.
But Neil and Lex are good friends. Shout out to our guy Lex, Mr. Me Too. The hot
$1 billion Lex.
the hot activity, and I've seen this from a lot of people now, is the Pilates / solid core. That's the one that everybody's jumping on this summer. That's the wave.
That's the wave.
No more Peloton, solid core or
Okay.
Pilates.
I'm not a fan of solid core. I'll be honest.
It
I
hurt
did
me
it.
when I did it. It
Me
hurt
too.
me. It hurt.
And I didn't like that I had to be barefoot. Did you have to go barefoot?
Yeah, I had to go barefoot too. I was
didn't like
prepared
it.
for that. But
Were you
it
prepared?
hurt.
Did you know?
Yeah, I knew everything going into it. I just wasn't
didn't
prepared
know,
for the
and-
workout. Like I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Crushed
And
you.
I don't like being barefoot. I mean, I'm barefoot in my house, but that's about it. Like,
Yeah, but you clean your own house.
yeah, and it's just, this was way before COVID. Solid core had just come to DC, and I somebody we know, I don't remember who it was speaking very highly. It might have been VNL, our NFT in-house chief NFT officer. I think at the time he was really big on solid core, and I think I listened to him and signed up. And I paid a subscription and everything. And I used to go to the one. I went to the one in Adams Morgan twice, and man, I could not get with the. I could not get with the first time. After I went the first time, I was like, I'm never going back. And then I realized I had already paid a subscription for a month, and I was like, maybe I should go again. And then the second time I went, just kind of confirmed my feelings.
Like, I'm not going back.
That I'm really not going back. I don't like being barefoot. I thought the exercises were, for somebody who has lower back issues like myself, I thought it was a little bit too much, where they don't really care if I'm gonna end up hurting myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you gotta look out for self in situations like that. And then when I told the lady or whoever the instructor was that, I got lower back issues, I did not feel that sense of camaraderie that I should from my instructor. Like she was just like, oh well, sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was one of those things. And I was just like, all right, well, fuck you then. So
Real quick, if
yeah, I
you
never went back.
if when you listen to this, check our Instagram story. I just reposted the Twitter thread about the team that was searching for it was a team searching for Mississippi courthouse for evidence about the lynching of Emmett Till has found the unserved warrant charging a white woman in his 1955 kidnapping.
Damn.
So check our Instagram story. It's up there. You will be able to see the information for yourself. You know, we check our sources over here. We've gotten a lot better
Yeah.
with that, people.
Yeah.
We used to let it fly, but now we're like a real or a news organization. So, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I was listening to the Rory and Maul podcast. And I've been fans of that podcast for actually.
How are they
since-
doing?
I mean, it's cool. I like it, and you know, I've been listening to them since they were both on the Joe Budden podcast, and you know, I'm such a fan that even out of camaraderie, and I just
I
stopped
wanted you to
listening.
say camaraderie so bad.
Camaraderie.
That's not the right way to say it.
That's the right way to say it.
Camaraderie. How do you say it?
Camaraderie. Camaraderie.
God.
What did I say?
Camaraderie.
Can we please?
Camaraderie.
Can we please screen grab this part right now and put it, man? Please.
Wait, how do you say it though? You're not gonna tell me?
And
Camaraderie.
His screen is frozen.
How
Okay,
about
now
now?
you're
Good
good.
now.
Yeah, you're
All right.
good now.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, camaraderie.
Well, anyway, out of
Camaraderie.
camaraderie,
Just keep doing you, Abdul. Don't worry about Rome. Everybody knows what the fuck you're saying. Rome is not showing any camaraderie
Yeah,
to
listen.
you.
Hey, English is my third language. What can I do?
Not my fault. You know what I'm saying?
But even out of allegiance to those dudes, I stopped listening to the Joe Budden podcast. Well, also just because I thought he's an asshole.
Yeah.
But recently, in the last few episodes, Maul has been a really pro-Trump, has started a pro-Trump, anti-Biden narrative.
Wow.
And it makes me sad to hear that, because I think it's like the same sort of rhetoric that we're hearing. You know, gas prices are high, it's Biden's fault. It's all these uninformed people who
Yeah.
just don't know shit,
Yeah.
are just all of a sudden hopping on Trump's dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Maul of all people should maybe even know of Trump's background. Like how quick it is that you forgot that the fuck shit this dude did with Black Lives Matter protests that were happening in front of the White House, getting the National Guard on them, and how against he was of any prosecution of police officers after the murdering of black and brown people. I mean, it's so easy to forget how many federal judges, conservative federal judges, dude has put in place that they're lifetime appointees. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You forget
right.
all of these things. You forget how big of a racist he is. And you know what I'm saying? And for him to just vouch for dude,
I don't think you forget. I think you choose to forget, right? You choose to put something else in that place.
That's
Number
ignorant,
two,
though.
number two though is like, at what point? Why are you placing any faith in the moral? And not you specifically, but why would anybody place their faith in the morals of Maul? Like, who is he? Like, he's just a podcast dude whose brother was in jail for selling weed. Like, I mean, to say it in so many words, he's a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're right, but it's the same sort of thing. Like, you know, when people have a platform and people look to you for advice, or not even advice, but they kind of respect what you're saying, and they kind of, you know what I'm saying? When you have a big enough platform like that, and you say things that are completely incorrect and fucked up, you have now the power to sway how somebody else could possibly think.
100%, 100%. I 100% agree with
So
you.
that's the only thing that bothers me. I'm not listening
I
to. I don't
I'm
agree
not.
with anything he's saying.
I don't
Yeah,
think you do. I'm not saying
yeah,
you specifically, but what I'm saying is that in 2022, and I know common sense is not very common, but everybody should be double and triple checking the information that they feed themselves, right? It should,
yeah,
it's not what you do with food, what you do with water, what you do with sleep, juice, sugar, soda, carbs, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Same information you should be looking at what you feed yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I literally watch motivational videos, basketball, Michael Jordan, like it's earn your leisure, like you know what I'm saying. But even with that stuff,
mm,
you know, you still double and triple check what you consume, and so Maul has a huge platform, but
Yeah.
him utilizing it irresponsibly is the first sign that it's time to turn it off. It's the same way. Like the only way that he's gonna stop it is when the numbers dip. You know what I'm saying? They think it's cool. Things might have been his their numbers might be peaking because he's taking this turn. And Rory's such a softy that he's not gonna say anything. You know what I'm saying? But nothing
yeah. And nobody else on there challenges him. I mean, they're like, "Yo, you need to cut it out. You're a proud boy." But they do it in, it's all jokes.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and I mean, I think I just wish that somebody that was close to him would kind of inform him on the really fucked up things that Trump has done to people like him, people his own kin, his own skin color. Like Trump
I think
hates.
he has to know.
He does.
you're assuming he doesn't know. You're giving him a cop out. You're giving him the
He
benefit of
has
the
to
doubt
fucking
that
know.
he doesn't know.
You can't
He
act like he
knows.
doesn't know.
He just chooses willfully to be ignorant
Yeah,
and tries to be the cool guy in the corner smoking a blunt at all the parties. And it's like, bro, you're not the cool guy. I'm sorry, like you're not that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, the cool person is the person that is informed, that utilizes their platform responsibility, that can ask a question to seek information but isn't demeaning
yeah,
about it, isn't the type of person that has to cut somebody else down. And
Yeah.
if you ride for Trump in any way, shape, or form, you're a buster.
you're a
And
buster,
again,
straight up and
and the
down.
only thing that's gonna change his view is if them ratings fall.
Yeah, and listen, me not listening to that podcast anymore is not gonna be a big dent
No, but
on
I'm sure
their
there's other
ratings.
people like you.
Maybe, and listen, for me, I'm done with that podcast. Um, and I think Maul's attitude towards what what I'm saying, things like that have really swayed my decision on that. So it's all right. There's other podcasts. So listen, they're gonna lose one listener and they'll gain 50 more. Might not be the
Yeah.
right kind, but it is what it is.
And listen, there's a ton of podcasts. The Road podcast has been hitting their stride tremendously recently.
Shout
Their
out to the
new
Road
their
Podcast,
new
man.
episode today is great. Again, I mentioned Earn Your Leisure. They're at a place now where they're really being courted by the highest level of information seekers out there. You know what I'm saying? My guy 19 Keys, he's wilding a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's a
Who's that?
beautiful
The
thing.
producer?
19 Keys?
Yeah.
He's like another dude. He's like affiliated with them. I think he's NOI and
Oh, okay.
but he's a good source of information. Check out his Instagram. But it is what it is, man. Season 7, episode 7. I mean, I'm
Season
sorry.
7.
Season 4, episode 7. What's a podcast?
Oh
I want to
man.
say that we're going a little bit of overtime today, probably people nothing too crazy. Um, Obviously, sneakers has they launched a ton of product. I want to say this past week, the Air Force One mids dropped today. Within a week's time, we're gonna get these Nina Chanel Abney Jordan 2s. The Jordan 2 low is phenomenal with the white,
Jordan
gray, and
2
the
low is the
green.
way to go.
Now the white and red high is fire too, though. The white, gray, and red high, that's fire.
Yeah, I mean, I just have a more of a affiliation and attachment to the low when it
But
comes to the
the
Jordan 2.
low is summertime clean for sure.
Yeah.
But that white high with some light blue jeans, little
Yeah,
green
yeah, yeah.
crew neck for the fall, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
move. So excuse me. Obviously, Nike is they're letting it go. You know what I'm saying? I see some new Adidas. They've got a new Adilette style. It's a lot. The sneaker thing is kind of heating up a little bit. I won't be buying anything, What?
Speaking of
Ow.
Adidas, man, I'm becoming more and more of a fan of these Gucci Adidas Gazelles.
Oh, really?
Man, I
Why?
want
Why?
those.
Why do you like them so much?
Well, I don't know. I like the color schemes on them.
Do you like
I
gazelles
really,
like that? Like you like
well,
gazelles?
yeah, I've always liked Gazelles, but there's no way in hell I can spend $850 on a pair of Gazelles. That's a
Of course you
$90
can.
shoe. But that all over the Gucci print, oof, come on.
I just don't. I like
Those
gazelles,
look
but I like gazelles, but
amazing.
you won't. I won't wear them, man. If you really put those shoes on with something that you would wear, it don't look right.
Abdul,
They
I just
look.
sent you the.
I think they look right with everything.
Abdul,
Well,
there's some Nike Dunk
Try
highs.
try wearing a pair
I
of
saw
gazelles
those.
this weekend.
No, I wear them all the time. They're some of the most comfortable sneakers in
No,
Nike,
for sure,
in
for sure.
Adidas's arsenal,
Yeah.
and they're one of my favorite silhouettes ever from Adidas.
Okay. What'd you just
The
say here,
Gazelles-
Jerome?
Oh, it's a pair of Dunk highs that are up on Nike store right now.
But they're kids. They're kid sizes.
Oh shit!
like,
Okay.
So like it's like
Up
it's
to 7.5.
yeah, but all the
Seven.
big sizes are gone. So it's like like if you wanted like a
I'm gonna go check it out.
A 4. Or something.
anything from a 3.5Y to a 6Y, they have available.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying? They got big kid shoes, little kid shoes. Then they got I mean, you just got to check it out. You know what I mean? So. I just think there's a lot of shoes coming out.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out.
Kyrie's been he's back. He's feeling Nike, so he's back with his next shoe. He seems to be excited about that.
We need Kyrie to start doing the Arabic call for prayer in the middle of halftime.
I'm
And let's
so
see.
with it. Oh, you know,
let's see.
listen.
Let's see how that goes with all the organizations and the federal government.
Listen, you know what? We didn't talk about it. Oh my
Tell me.
goodness, we did not talk about it. It is big news. He received a 30-year sentence today.
R. Kelly.
Oh shit!
R. Kelly.
Scared me. I was like Kyrie Irving.
Nah, R. Kelly got a 30-year sentence today.
Yeah, he should have gotten more.
Yeah.
30 years is not enough for doing that to children.
In the same time, Ghislaine Maxwell got a
Ghislaine.
20, whatever, Trash
She's a bitch.
Maxwell.
Yeah,
She got a 20-year sentence.
Camaraderie.
camaraderie.
Over here correcting Jerome's pronunciation.
Camaraderie.
Listen, her name is Ghislaine. I don't know what to tell you.
She got a 20-year sentence.
That's not enough either.
It's not enough.
Hold on, she's on suicide watch, so they're gonna get her out the way.
Well, I believe the two issues are she kind of smirked at him. She was like, "I hope my sentence gives you guys some kind of pleasure," which is whack. Like she, you know what I mean? She said it kind of confidently, yeah. But then, like, the biggest deal is they're not releasing the names. I don't care
They're
what
gonna
the
get her
sentence
out.
is.
They're gonna get her out the way, man.
Oh, she's not gonna last before.
They're
She'll
gonna-
be dead before the year's over.
Yeah, she's gonna commit suicide.
Yeah, she'll be dead before the year's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a reason why they're telling us she's on suicide watch, is so that if she commits suicide, they were like, well, we told
They
you
did
she
the
was
same
on
thing
suicide watch.
with Jeffrey. They did the same thing with him.
Yeah. And listen, there's videos of Jeffrey and Trump, you know what I'm saying? Fucking in a circle jerk in fucking that spot in Florida. So
Yeah.
that just, the nastiness is all there, man. I mean, I don't think 30 years for R. Kelly's gonna come out and he'll still be
He ain't
alive.
coming out.
And
He ain't
why
coming
not?
out.
30 years. He's only 40 something years old.
No, he's
Yeah.
55.
Oh, he is? All right.
Yeah,
So
he'd be
R. Kelly,
80
30 years
80
since.
some years, be 80 years old.
nah,
If he
he's not
does-
gonna do the full 30.
He'll do like 80%.
Yeah.
I think
That's
if he does
20
80%,
years.
I don't think
20
I don't
years?
is this he still has some other charges pending, right? I think.
Yeah, I think this is just New York.
Okay,
I'm sure.
so-
I'm sure people will get him out the
Yeah.
way in there, man.
Now you gotta add some more years to that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
gotta
mean,
add
they
more
said
years.
R. Kelly
Sure.
had a network. It was just disgusting.
Yeah.
What Maxwell did, that was disgusting. I want to make sure we got
Nasty.
them out the way.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
one and the
Because they're
same
both
what they both
busters.
did.
Yeah, they're both one and the same.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were heavy into the sneaker talk. The LeBron 20. I don't know if you guys saw the LeBron 20.
I'm not mad at it.
I
It's
kinda
a
like
nice
it.
slimmed down version of you said you like it or no?
Yeah, I do like it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the better looking LeBrons. I think I saw the pink pair that he debuted in some like sort of
Trying to see what
practice
they
or
look like.
workout or something like that. Um, it's one of the better looking LeBron basketball shoes that I have seen in a long time. Um, yeah, I mean Nike basketball in 2022 just does not appeal to me. I think
Those
a
are
lot of
fire
the
though.
yeah, no, I'm saying like like in the last few years especially it's kind of
Yeah.
been misses, but and I still don't know if I'd wear this 20, but I like it. It's crazy that this is his 20th shoe.
I like them.
I would hoop in him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
wear them.
I would hoop, but I mean, I think he's going
I'd
the
get it
way
for my
of.
kids.
They're
I
like
think
low
he's-
top, right?
Yeah, and he's going the way
Mids.
of. Nah, those are lows.
They're like low.
They're all the way
Those are
lows.
Yeah, those are
Okay.
lows. Um,
Yeah, those
I
are
believe
lows.
that's the model. I believe
They're
that is
dope.
I believe that's the style that is most successful for Nike right now. Again, that GT cut is a low top. The Kobe shoes are still the most popular shoes. They're all low cuts. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
The KD 14, which was I think last season, was not talked about enough, man. That was a nice shoe. It was a nice
KD
looking
shoes
shoe.
the KD shoes are terrible.
I know, but go just look at the last one. Look up KD 14 real quick.
It
I'm
got a
telling you.
crazy strap on it.
But it was the best looking KD since the beginning.
Yeah,
All
but
the
Nah,
KD shoes.
the KD ones with the soccer, the indoor soccer, like
yeah, that was the
sideways
3 or
lace.
the 4. Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are
yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
These
You're
right.
joint,
Those are fire.
KD shoes are just not good. He
No,
needs
those
to
were
just-
fire. The with
Yeah.
the whatever the kind of lace ups.
KD just needs to wear Kobe's.
dope.
You know what I'm saying? Or make the Kobe shoe the KD. You know what I mean? One of the two.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's a lot of sneakers hitting right now. There's a lot of
Also,
um,
Adidas. I need a loop on these these Gucci gazelles, man. Somebody got a 75 or 80% discount. Holla at me,
them shit's gonna
please.
be a Nordstrom rack in like a year.
Yo, if they are at no Gian De Leon, former guest.
They're on
Oh.
Nordstrom's. They
I
sell
need to hit
Gucci
him
shoes
up.
at Nordstrom's. Yeah.
I need Gian to hook me up with his employee discount then, because
Yeah.
listen,
I mean,
former
don't
guest of
quote
the
me,
show.
don't
When
quote
they
me, but
when
I know
they
they
hit
sell Gucci
when
there.
they hit Nordstrom Rack, I need the in on that.
there's a multicolor multicolor New Balance 550. I need those in my life. Those are fantastic.
Are they out?
Nah, they'll be out soon. No, those are ill. Still waiting on that crushed Nike SB.
Oh
that new
yeah, we
dunk
didn't
they
talk
got.
about that, right?
Yeah, that joint's
they
fire.
did a picture leaked of their upcoming collab.
Crush
with
has
Nike
an
SB
SB
Dunk.
coming out.
Yeah, and listen, they look good, man. They look good. Shout out to Crushed
High
Board
top,
Shop,
low top.
low top.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice. And I don't know when those are gonna come out, but whenever they do, I'm gonna need those.
What do they look
I
like?
do enjoy looking at the crushed Instagram because those kids really skate those Nikes to death. It's a
Hell yeah.
beautiful
They really
thing
do.
to see.
Yeah.
Like it's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
Did they leak them on their Instagram or somebody else leaked them?
On
Somebody else.
on one of those dunk Instagram pages or something like that.
Yeah, just put it in Google. It'll pop up. I'm looking forward to these CDG Nike Terminators, man. Have you seen those?
Those are fire.
Fire.
That red looks really crispy.
The red and the blue. Oof.
Yeah, I
look
like all of them.
crazy.
I like all of
I like
them.
all of them too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get all of them, but I
But Terminators are funny, man.
I don't
Like
care.
they yeah. I just like I can't wear them.
You could wear them.
Now I have like 4 pairs of Terminators, and then when I put
I
them
got
on,
it.
they look goofy.
I'm gonna when we get off the air, I'm gonna tell you my plans for them.
Okay,
I just don't want to give it up on the air what I'm planning on doing with those.
I know what you're gonna do. I already know what you're gonna do.
Don't say it.
I already know what you're gonna do.
But I like
look,
those, man.
They will look fire like that
Yeah, they're gonna be dope.
because that's my problem with them.
And I've had that same sort of problem with those, but what I'm planning on doing is gonna fix all that. So
Yep.
One
Yeah,
time for D. Weave and the Beautiful Mind. They tend to lead the YouTube comment gang.
yeah, shout out
Corey-
to them.
Corey K, I see you. The Intern, Gigantor 38, I see they're on there as well. And again, there's no mention of my love life, so it's a beautiful thing. And my man Kanan. Kanan is my guy. He gave you some game. You know Kanan, Abdul. If you
Yeah,
see him,
yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. I just was tapping in real quick to see what was good.
Somebody hit me on DM, and I can't remember his name right now, man. But he was like, "Yo, you all make me want to come and visit DC," and I was like, "Man, you got to come out here." So I told him to holler at us when he comes out here. We're gonna
Word.
link up. Um, and you know, it's. I hope we're not a very DC centric podcast, because you know, that would suck if you're in East Africa and all we do is talk about Washington D.C. But you know, it
I
is where
mean,
we
not
do
really.
live.
If somebody had
Yeah,
like a East African podcast and I
yeah.
tapped in,
Listen,
on, you know what I'm saying?
I'd
Give me
want to
some
live here. Where
game.
you
Yeah, let
from?
me know
Yeah,
what's popping out there. You know, so I think we do a good job of being very worldly and just bringing you into the DC world. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Baltimore, DC. I think I'm going to Baltimore Friday. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm
You know
gonna
what I'm
be in
saying? Like,
Baltimore on Wednesday next week.
um, at this point, we're gonna say, what is Abdul watching?
Uh, TikTok. No, I'm kidding. Um, I'm not kidding. Actually, I'm kind of getting off of this Instagram thing a little bit, and I don't participate or post anything on TikTok, but I really like what the algorithm has done for my personal TikTok.
What are you talking about, bro?
So it kind of generates content based on the things that you have liked and what you've searched for, and so I get a whole lot of videos on chiropractors, like people getting their backs cracked, their necks cracked. I get a whole lot of people cleaning their cars, like detailing and that sort of stuff. Is that ASMR? I don't even know what this ASMR thing is,
It's
but
like if they do it in silent, I believe it's ASMR.
oh, so yeah, that's all these are. Like it's kind of like fast forwarded videos of people vacuuming and things like that. And I have what else do I have in my TikTok algorithm? Uh, I got some fights. You know what I'm saying? So like my content is all based on things. Like I don't get a whole lot of the other shit. I don't know any of the dances. Like I've not seen
No, no,
any of
no,
that
no, no.
on
Mine
my
is all
TikTok.
like no. I feel mine is like meniscus recovery, and then
There you go.
if I need to shore up a recipe, I'll go to TikTok.
There
You
you
know what I'm
go.
saying?
So that's what
I'll
I
go.
mean.
You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I mean by how I fucks with their algorithm, because I'm kind of uh, I'm not involved in the shit that you hear about on like TikTok is bad for the teenagers and shit like that. Like I don't know anything about that world. I have like the videos I like watching, and I'm now the people that I'm following. I get content from other people like that, so it's very focused in a small little world of the TikTok empire. I get these videos that are completely um, tailored to my likes. You know what I'm saying? So I fucks with that, and you can easily go down a rabbit hole of just swiping up and watching more videos. So this week I've actually not watched a lot of TV. Let me see, what did I watch? I got to come up with some new shows, man. Honestly, I gotta find something new. I finished Goliath on Amazon Prime, which is a lawyer show with Billy Bob Thornton. It's really good. This was the final season. This season was a little bit disappointing. I finished the series on HBO called We Own This City, which is based in. It's a true story about the Baltimore Police Department and them being crooked as fuck. Um, very, very, very good. Um, and yeah, so I haven't gotten a whole lot of TV, man. I'm gonna figure something out to watch after we're done taping, because I need to get back on it.
There is a this video on Twitter. I'll send you guys. Some tourist dudes accidentally drove into a cartel territory. They were trying to get to Cancun. Oh
Uh
my
huh.
goodness! Oh,
Yo said that.
Bad move.
hilarious, Hilarious.
Put that in the group chat, in the text group chat.
I'm about to put that in
Yeah.
the group chat. I'm about to put that
I
in the
need
group
to
chat,
see
man.
that.
That joint's hilarious. The response from the Drake and Beyonce records has just really been fantastic. If you haven't been in the streets, obviously Drake's new album is 80% up tempo dance music, and Beyonce has a song "Break Your Soul," which has a bunch of remixes as well that are all in the dance music lane, and it's really just helped free up dance floors a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like give you options. Um, it's been very good to see that. I did see somebody mention there's a new Chris Brown album as well. I could care less about Chris Brown, honestly. He's just like he doesn't do it for me. If I don't get the request, I'm not tripping off of it. But um, to see those two albums really, or to see the Drake album and the Beyonce song do what they've been doing, it's been fantastic.
You know,
And
I missed Omarion and Mario on Versus, but some of these clips I'm seeing.
incredible.
You watched it?
No, but I just chose not to. I was looking at Twitter while I was on.
Yeah.
First of all, it wasn't only Mario and Omarion. The Ray J
The Ray
moment
J. Oh
was in
my
it. Then I don't know.
God.
I know you said you don't watch it anymore, but Joe Budden called Ray J the next morning.
No, what
And
happened?
it's on Joe Budden's Instagram, and Ray J apologized. It was just so incredible. Like
Yo,
it was
Ray J's
then
voice was cracking through the whole
then
thing.
the BET Awards was on this past weekend, right? And they caught Ray J eating a cup of noodles at the BET Awards, right?
Go ahead.
But the thing is, like, bro, where do you get a cup of noodles at the
Backstage.
BET?
Where did you get a cup of noodles from?
Where do you heat him up at? He's in a suit, sitting in like the 8th row,
He brought that shit in with him.
bro.
He did that for the TV. He's now
Listen.
trolling at this point.
Ray J is one of the greatest entertainers.
He is
ever.
one
If
of the
you
greatest.
Truly don't
Yeah.
know. He's one of the greatest entertainers ever.
He blamed his son for his terrible performance. He's like, "Well, I was holding my son." I'm like, dog, nobody asked you to hold your son for what?
Right. You came up there with him.
Mario went on and really crushed Omarion. I don't think it was even close, man. Mario can sing, boy. You know, Mario's from my neighborhood in Baltimore, man. We went to the same high school.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Season 4, episode 7 was a podcast. We're gonna if you're an English teacher, you know what I'm saying, tap in with the camaraderie, you know what I'm saying? Let us know what's good.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, and we'll be back next week, man. Shout out to my guy, always available, #Streetwear Eddie.
Peace, y'all.
My man, Don't Charge Abdul.
Camaraderie.
I am DJ Jerome Baker III, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.